Good morning. It's time once again for Trust Matters, Real Estate and Estate Planning Solutions with Sean Robertson of Gateville Law Firm. They are located in Yorkville and online at gatevillelawfirm.com. Sean is in studio again this morning. How are we today, sir?
Doing well. Yourself, Mike?
Doing pretty good, and we'll be doing even better after we take care of another topic here. We've done so many of these shows, and we've got another one that we hope our listeners can take advantage of and learn a little bit today about estate planning. And this is one of those gone wrong scenarios when a home becomes a battleground. So what are we talking about here?
Yeah, so basically the facts in this situation are Margaret is a widow. Her husband died. She's in her late 70s. And after losing her husband, she didn't want to live alone. And so her daughter Emily and son-in-law David invite her to move in. And so instead of move in, they end up buying a larger home together to accommodate all of them. And Margaret, the mother, basically contributes financially to the purchase and has her name added to the legal title.
Mm-hmm. And that's where things get complicated?
Yeah, it gets complicated. Number one thing we haven't really talked about is Margaret could have some health care issues. But number two, what I see a lot of times is a seller's attorney, when they do the closing, will put the property in three people's name. And if one person dies, it'll go to probate because they don't title it as if one person dies, it goes to the survivors.
And that's what happens in this scenario, right? Margaret does pass away?
Exactly. So in this scenario, Margaret passes away, and her two other children, Brian and Lisa, suddenly have a legal stake in the house. So basically, the three children have a 1/3 interest in a third of a house.
So she's living with Emily and David, but because she contributed financially to it, that brings in the other two children?
Yeah, and that creates a problem because the two children that don't live at the house, in many cases, will want their piece of the pie. And then that creates a conflict between all the siblings. And before you know it, it's a situation that can quickly get out of control.
So what should have been done maybe ahead of all this, if Margaret would have contacted Gateville Law Firm, she would have been instructed to do what to kind of prevent this?
Yeah, so number one of the roles of an estate planning attorney is to help listen and devise a plan. So one of the things could have been Margaret could have had a living trust, and we could have tackled this issue. Like, we have a couple matters not far off from this where our clients are addressing the issues and having a conversation with their kids.
And what about some of the other steps here that Margaret should have thought of, or at least hopefully would have been pointed in the right direction here?
Yeah, the other concern could have been they could have maybe taken Margaret's name off the property. That could have been one consideration, and partly because of health issues, because a person in their 70s are very likely to develop health issues, which could jeopardize the legal interests of the home. And they could just do tenants with the right of survivorship, meaning if one person dies, the remaining people get the house equally.
Are there times where Margaret, maybe in a scenario like this, helps contribute money but stays out of the, having her name attached to the house just as a nice, gift or gesture?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of parents, if you really talk to them, they would feel comfortable with that. I think the key is just having a conversation, maybe before you purchase that property with the two kids. And we do real estate and estate planning. And I understand that a lot of times things are moving so quick where it's difficult to have that honest conversation.
Yeah, so without a plan in place, then you're talking about some legal red tape, maybe some probate, and that's where the acrimonious feelings can really amplify.
Yeah, especially when people start lawyering up, and before you know it, a small issue becomes a big issue. And what I found with families is when people get mad, they'll spend no matter how much money over principle.
So what's the best advice in our closing seconds? I think I know what you're going to say here.
My best advice is, give us a call. Let's plan. Let's have an honest conversation and figure out what is important to you, and let's devise a plan.
Peace of mind is a nice thing to have in situations like this. You might not ever need to worry about it, but you don't have to worry about it if you put a plan in place.
Absolutely.
Gateville Law Firm is the place to do all of your planning in situations like this, and you certainly would like to have that plan in place well ahead of the necessity for it. Sean Robertson at Gateville Law Firm. They're online at gatevillelawfirm.com. Located in Yorkville. Give them a call today, 630-780-1034. At Gateville Law Firm, trust matters. We'll see you again next week.